Hello, my name is Christy and I'm an associate at the Wadsworth Public Library. And today I'm going to share with you 3 retellings of one of my all-time favorite books, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I read Pride and Prejudice just about every year, and I feel like each time I read it, I learn a little bit something new about the characters or the storyline or the time period of the book. It's a beautiful romance novel, but it also takes a critical look at the culture of Jane Austen's time. The landscape she created provides authors an incredible opportunity to build upon Austen's flawless story, in my opinion, and create a different and personal take on the story. So I'm going to share 3 different ways of reading the Pride and Prejudice story. I'll tell you a little bit about each book with no spoilers. And then at the end of our chat, I'll share with you how you can borrow these books so you can read them on your own. The first book I'd like to share with you is Unmarriageable by Sonia Kamal. It is Pride and Prejudice set in modern-day Pakistan. So it really gives you a glimpse into Pakistani culture and the female oppression that they experience there. The author stays true to the story, but she puts a little twist on all the characters, which adds a little something. She also takes a leap from Austen's work in the tone and takes a more serious tone when talking about Pakistani cultural issues and Pakistani marriage. But I really enjoyed reading this book and really enjoyed learning about Pakistani culture. It often felt like a Bollywood film, but in the best sort of way. The next book I'd like to share with you is Mr. Darcys Diary by Amanda Grange. And this is quite literally what it sounds like. It is Pride and Prejudice told from Mr. Darcy's perspective via diary entries. In my opinion, if you're going to read this one, I feel like you should read Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice first, or at least have an understanding of the story, simply because Mr. Darcy's Diary is sort of like a prequel and a sequel to Pride and Prejudice. It starts before Austen's writings, and then it tells the story, and then it goes into kind of an afterword of what happened after Austen left off. So keep that in mind when you're reading this. The author does not leave anything out of the original story. She follows it quite literally. But it's interesting to see how Mr. Darcy reacts to everything that we know about Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. So the author really explores Mr. Darcy and what he's experiencing, but she also explores some of the minor characters that Austen didn't really talk much about. So it's interesting to hear what they have to say too. It's very fun and a unique take on the book. Overall, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed hearing Mr. Darcy's side of things, and I think you will too. The last book I'd like to share with you today is Eligible by Curtis Sittenfeld. This is my favorite Pride and Prejudice retelling, and it's set in modern-day Cincinnati, Ohio. The book, dare I say, is almost as perfect as the original. It's really great. It's successfully adapted with modern updates that are believable for today. It stays true to the original story, and it also keeps a lot of the drama that Austen has in her work, and it mimics the style and the pacing that she used. A lot of the modern Pride and Prejudice retellings I've read basically take the story and set it down in today's time, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't feel realistic. But Sittenfeld with Eligible updates the story in a way that stays true to Austen, but it feels like it could happen today. It feels modern, it feels fresh, and it leaves you wanting more of the story. It truly lives up to the Pride and Prejudice hype. I hope you enjoyed learning about 3 retellings of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. These books are available in our collection, or you can access them as an ebook through the Ohio Digital Library and the Libby app. If you're unfamiliar with using the Libby app, you can watch our YouTube tutorials, or you can give us a call at 330-334-5761. Thank you for using the Wadsworth Public Library, and have a great day.